Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Vision Quest Tarot. And if I get a close, Guyan S. Winter and Joe Doze, which I'm sure I'm butchering those names like nobody's business. But that's what you need to look for if you'd like this deck. If I could stop shaking my hand, I don't know. Apparently not. Okay. The other supportive deck is the Wisdom of the House of Night. And here on the back is who created those. If I can, oh my gosh, if I could just stabilize. That way you could pause the video. If you want to see who made them, and you want to find this deck, that's what you do. That way we give credit to the creators of those. But, okay. Alright, we got one deck out. Let's get the other deck out. That's a fun card I haven't seen in a while. Cancer. Okay. This is a weird connection you have coming in with this person. This whole thing, like, what is going on with that? We'll find out when we touch the cards, but you got something going on with you and somebody else. Like, there's an issue with, I feel like it's a person. It could be a situational thing, granted. I mean, it's a general read. You know what's going on better than I do. But it's like somebody, you're trying to work things out. You're having an issue. Things have gone sour. Feels like multiple times. You got the Son of Fire between you and whoever this is. Things keep happening, but it's like, for everything that goes right, two things go wrong. It's how it feels. And it's not about intention. Nobody's trying to hurt anybody. Nobody's trying to make anything negative happen. It's the way you match up with this person, something goes kaflunky. Like, alright, so I'm a Pisces. Certain air signs, when they explain things or they say stuff, I can get upset about that. They didn't mean it in a negative way, but it sounds wrong to me. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, somebody says, what's that about? Or somebody says, well, it went well this time. And in the back of my brain, I could be like, does that mean they expect me to fail next time? That's not at all what they meant. They're just, like, saying, this time it went really good. They're like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a misconnect. Like certain air signs, like I get along with air signs. It's very ironic, but if I don't pay attention and I don't like step back every now and then and be like, wait a minute, they said that, but you know how they are. They don't mean anything negative about it. I think I'm taking it in a negative way, or vice versa. Maybe I think they're like really excited about something, then I step back and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm excited about it. Maybe they're not as excited as I think they are. Like you got to step back and just like think about what they're saying and how you're taking it. It's one of those situations. I'm just trying to be realist here in the sense of like the Pisces side. Sometimes I do, there's just once in a while I get really sensitive days and it's just how it is. But it's like realizing that that's happening. Now, you got hope on your side, but you got illumination. This person where things don't go right all the time, I don't know how often they go right, but you know, you do try to work things, every now and then you try to work things out. It's like you understand each other in the sense of like, nobody's a bad person here, but things just don't work out right. And every now and then there's conversations and illuminating like, well, this is what I said, that's what I meant. This is what you said, this is what I heard. Like, you know, when you said that, this is what I thought that meant. That when I said this, you know, this is what I actually meant. All those type of conversations, you're like trying to work it out. Like instead of just saying this is what you did and this is what I did, saying, well, this is what I meant when I said that. When you said this, that's what I thought that meant. Like trying to like really sort it out. Like what you said, you know, that went good this time, and I thought you were just saying like you were like kind of shocked that it went right this time. That's how I took that. And they're like, no, I was just saying that I was really happy for you because it looked like you were going to go do things well from here on out because it looked like you got a hold of it this time. I expected it was going to keep going well. I was just like trying to just show my support. I didn't mean that in a negative way. That's kind of what I feel like these conversations are about. But the Son of Fire is like, wow, even though these conversations are happening, while the conversations are happening, other things are still in process or still happening around it. It's kind of like trying to have a conversation at a three-ring circus. There's everything's going around, going on, going around. You're trying to sort things out with somebody. It's a very important conversation, but there's so many distractions and sounds and lights and whatever else got going on there. It's probably scents too. Not for nothing, it's a circus. I'm just saying, it's busy and it's hard and it's both sides are trying. I feel like both sides are honestly trying. I really do. Take it with a grain of salt, general read, and all that good stuff. Throw that in there. So, as we're coming forward to the next phase, that's why you have the don't forget. Okay. You're trying to stay on point with this. It's like you're very much like, all right, we had this very intense conversation at the circus. Like, not the best timing, not the best place, but it needed to happen. Pushing it off was not an option. It's like one of those things where like you have this person in front of you, you got to talk to them then. You can't just be like, wait for the best opportunity. It's just, that's not realistic. So you're like, we had to have that conversation when we could have that conversation. It was at the middle of the circus, but hey, you had to have it, at least we had it. And you're remembering that, and you're just like, the other side is trying their best. They're doing what they can do. You're trying to remember, like, all right, this is trying to work out. I'm trying to say things a little better. I'm trying to do things a little better so that they understand. And I'm trying to make sure, if things don't sound right to me, I'm, like, trying to get the information out there to, like, get clarity on what they really do mean. I'm doing my best with this. You got the Ace of Water here, too. You have best of intentions. You're doing everything you can think of to make this work out. You're like, I need this to work out. I want this to work out. If there's anything I can do to make this easier, I literally feel like you're in bend over backwards mode. Like, all right, this person is trying, and you know they're trying, and that's why. Because you know they're trying, and you're just like, I know they're trying to make this work. I want this to work. I'm going to bend over backwards if I have to. Like, I just need to make this work out. I don't think I'm going to have to bend over backwards forever, but for now, I want to give this the best shot possible. I really feel like you're in the bend over backwards mode. Okay. So, things are still... I feel like there's residual problems here. This is weird because each side has positive cards. Each side is trying. Like, if I go into the other side, they're trying to see what they need to do next. They're actually... I feel like they're also trying to do what they think is right. They're trying to look ahead. This might actually be part of what's making this go off a little bit, but this might be how they handle life anyway, just to give you a heads up. Like, it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to be moving that over there later, and tomorrow that's going to go over there, and next week that's going to need to be over there. So they're trying to set it up preemptively. Like, they're moving ahead. They're moving way far ahead. And it's almost like, in a week, this needs to be over in this spot. Like, the tractor needs to be in this other driveway. Okay, so that's in a week, right? So they're moving it over to that driveway now. They're putting that tractor in this driveway because it needs to be there in a week anyway. Meanwhile, there's actually, like, if that tractor goes there too soon, having that tractor in the driveway now blocks you from getting out. It's like it blocks your car in. So it's kind of like, that's a big problem for you. They're not realizing that that's blocking you in. They're trying to get things ahead of schedule, like they're trying to like have things already ready so that way you don't have to wait for them. Meanwhile, by jumping ahead too far, they're kind of causing you different roadblocks that were not expected. I feel like that's literally what's happening here. Like, they're moving ahead trying to be helpful, but it's not working out that way. That's what I feel like is happening. They're literally trying to do, and I think you know that. That's what's weird. Because they're trying, there's like, you got this card here. I think this is more of the High Priestess card. This is what I'm feeling from it anyway. The grandmother is a very wise person, sees things like, they've lived life long enough to know that, like, not everything goes well, not everything goes bad, but you do what you can with what you have. You make the best of it. And that's how, that seems like they're like, you try to look at things for the truth of it and do the best you can with the truth that's in front of you. It's not all going to be good. It's not all going to be bad. Just kind of roll with it. And I feel like this is somebody who's very caring and tries to look out for others. This person tries to do the best they can to be helpful. It means a lot to them to be helpful. I think you know that too, though. But what they're doing to be helpful, it's just causing more problems for you. They're not trying to do that, but I feel like that's what's happening. This is the Ten of Swords, typically, between the two of you. It's kind of like they moved that tractor into a different spot. It had to be in this driveway in a week. They moved it way ahead of time, but then they leave, and now you need to get your car out. Your car is blocked in, and now you miss an appointment. There's somewhere you're supposed to be, you can't go because you can't get your car out, and you don't know how to move that tractor, or you don't have the key to move that tractor. So you're literally stuck. That's the Ten of Swords. It's like they tried to help. They tried to be preemptively helpful. They tried to get ahead of the situation. Like, okay, I'm going to be really helpful. You're not going to have to wait for me because I'm going to have it all done. Meanwhile, it causes you different problems. Oh, boy. And I feel like you know this, and you're just kind of like, oh, my goodness. Like, communication. There's something about communication. Like, I swear, isn't that most of the world's problems? Most, not all. But something about communication. Like, if communication isn't right, it just goes kaflunky. Isn't that usually? What actually strengthens this bond between you and this person is like honestly just saying what happened just in a calm moment, like, all right, well, this is what happened and this is the result of that, and just kind of like acknowledging this other person trying to do their best but just still telling them the truth, like, I know you were trying to help, but this is what happened because of that. And I feel like all it takes is improving communication. I'm noticing the Daughter of Fire on the other side. And what I love about this card in the environment, you see that smoke coming up? It's probably sage. I'm going to assume it's sage because it looks like it's one of those shells and it looks like the sage stick. But what I'm feeling with the smoke is like, communication, smoke signals. All they have to do at this point is to realize what they did was good, actually was good. All it needed was communication. If they just told you, all they had to do was tell you what they were doing and keep you on point. Like, I'm going to move that over there today just so you don't, like, if they just told you ahead of time, okay, I know that needs to be there in a week. I'm going to move it today. That way it's not a problem. If they just told you, you'd been like, wait, don't block my car in. I need to be able to get out. That's all this needs. That's the only thing that would have made this all different. It would have changed the whole outcome. And they're getting that. All it needs is like as they need to keep you, anything like that they're going to do, if it's going to be ahead of schedule, they just need to let you know. It would make, in this situation especially, would have made a world of difference. They seem to get that. I feel like communication is literally getting better here. You seem to be, I'm getting that bend over backwards attitude again. I don't see you getting upset. I feel like you're just kind of choking it down. You're getting the information out without getting upset. You're doing your best with that. Your best that you can do with it. The Father of Communication, and I feel like they need to say that with this deck a lot. Like male and female, I don't see one superseding the other. They're equal. But what I'm getting is like, when I feel male, it's very like, all right, here's the piece of paper. Here's what's on line 1. Here's what's on line 2. It's just kind of like the facts. Very much like, this is what we're talking about. This is what needs to happen. It gets very direct between the two of you. Like, I'm going to do this today. This needs to be done next week. I'm going to do this today. And you're like, okay, I understand that. But if you're going to do that today, move my car out and put it to the side before you do that. Or give me a chance to move my car out and put it to the side. That way, or you're going to be like, well, if you move that there today, I'm not going to be able to use the garage to park my car in. Because is there a way we can wait till next week to do it? Because it would be better for me. And the facts. Like, if you do that today, this is what I have to do. Can you wait till a little later? And they respond, yes, I can. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Thank you for letting me know. I will wait till next week. It's just very direct. No real emotion in it. I don't know why. Like, it's not that males can't be emotional, but I'm just noticing it just seems very factual at this point. It's not bad. But I'm getting like things seem to get really direct. It's not bad. Like everything's just to the point. I feel like everything is right to the point, so nothing gets confusing. Both people, you and them, are getting right to the point. I don't think that's bad. It just may feel strange is what I'm getting. Because it almost feels like, robot-like. You know what I mean? But it's not bad. It's good. It's helpful for this situation. The love between you and this person is really good. You just seem to I feel like the communication to you is very lackluster. I don't know. It's very just like metallic in the sense of like cold and just like I don't know. It's just very direct. It doesn't have a lot of feeling with it. It's kind of what I'm getting. It just seems weird to me when I'm feeling your card differences with the love in the center here. Like it's understood that you both very much care about each other, but you're just kind of like this isn't the way I really like to communicate. But you're also like, but if I communicate this way, things work out. You're doing what's right in the sense of like things work out well if I do it this way. It doesn't seem like it's comfortable for you, but I feel like again you're in bend over backwards mode. It's kind of like, but things work out with you and this person very well if you just this is how you communicate. It's not bad. It just feels foreign. Like it just feels foreign. The way you're communicating just it feels weird. It just feels weird. It's kind of like you want to add in some other things. You want to talk about some other things in it, but you're like, if I do that, it's going to confuse the issue. I can't do that. So you're doing your best. You got spirit guide here. I feel like this is going into a whole new phase. I almost feel like this is a judgment world feel. Kind of like things are going very well and will continue to go very well. And as long as you kind of like cement this in as the way things go from now on, it actually makes a big improvement between you and whatever you're dealing with, whoever you're dealing with. I feel like this is really good. I feel like this is really good. I feel like this is one of those times in life where bending over backwards did serve you. Because sometimes I'm like, well, do we really want to do that? Because I was feeling it, and I'm like, is that really a good thing? In this situation, the why and what you're actually giving into, like you're just kind of like holding your emotions together and just like not venting how upset you are about something is kind of what I'm getting also with the bend over backwards. In this situation, I think it's really serving you. I think it's really paying off. So I think it's good here. This is one of those times where I feel like it's working out. Okay. I think we're done. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.